Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. It has been a while, but I am back. I have been working on a new YouTube plan and all is well. I hope you are well too. If you are new here, I do make videos regularly about branding, social media and visuals aimed at independent music artists. So if that is something that is useful to you, then please stick around and subscribe. I also have some courses available, really affordable branding course and social media for when you release music, campaign plan, so check those out in the description. And now let's dive right in. Today I'm going to talk all about TikTok and Reels, the differences, the similarities, so you can plan your content accordingly. So I have done some videos which I'll link up here about like the latest trends. I will do them regularly going into the new year, especially as obviously they're always updating. I do always say be aware of trends on social media. You guys are using social media for free to promote your music, and that is a great thing, a great opportunity. And it is good to be aware of what is happening in those platforms. But don't feel like you have to hop on every trend. Oh, this is on trend, boom. Oh, this is on trend, boom. Like, it won't work. You'll just burn out and you'll be inauthentic and blah. So keep your authenticity at the core of everything you do, but being aware of trends, and if there are any that fit you or ones you feel excited by, then embrace them and adapt your content to, you know, adhere to trends. But with short video, this has really taken off. All the platforms, even Pinterest, Twitter, are embracing short video and adding those features to their channels, in which case this is a trend that I do think you should take notice of. If one really starts to dominate and everyone and everything is veering towards short video, then it is worth looking at how you can do it in an authentic way, make content that fits you and that you enjoy while getting on board with that trend. So short video is one that I would say, you know, get on board with. Okay, so the differences between TikTok and Instagram Reels and how your content should differ each platform. It started off, I think, as like Instagram is more millennial, so it's like aesthetic, and TikTok is more like Gen Z, like quick, spontaneous content. And I think that is still true to a certain degree, but obviously age-wise, I think there is a crossover. I think TikTok and Instagram are the kind of main platforms, generally speaking, that people use. TikTok is a lot more raw, unpolished, entertainment-based content. It's for experimenting. Instagram is slightly more showy, more polished, more aesthetic. So if you are content planning, think about how you can adapt to like maybe slightly different, there will be some overlap, but slightly different content types for each as well. Trending audio is big on TikTok. So if you can get, obviously look out for trends that you like as well, that you like consuming. But generally speaking, if you can find songs with around 30,000 posts, that's a good indicator that it may take off and you can actually get in there as one of the first ones. So trending audio, be aware of on TikTok and look for around 30,000 posts. Obviously, again, if you have a song that you love that hasn't got that, don't worry, just be aware. Okay, so we've already mentioned TikTok is really big on trends. It's a very trend-based platform. Some of them then go over to Instagram as in like reposted, but TikTok is based around trends, and it's okay if you love consuming the thing that is that everyone is doing, the lip syncing or whatever, that's okay. But make sure if you are an artist or any kind of person who is looking to build your own audience on these platforms and not just using it for fun, make sure you put your own stamp on it. Don't just recreate something that's been done a million times. Make sure that you are adding something, so people, when they see yours, they're getting something extra, because otherwise they're going to see the same thing. I've seen the same things millions of times and I'm like sat there waiting for like, is something else going to happen? And it doesn't. So just make sure you put a little bit more intention and effort into putting your own stamp on, bringing your personality out and just adding something extra if you are going to do trend-based content. And this is a slightly newer one and it may change again in the future. That is what is hard about making social media videos. But at this time of recording, TikTok allows longer videos. So you can actually go into more detail with talking and explaining, specifically for like tutorials and things like that. You can actually go into more depth on the like how to on TikTok, whereas Instagram you might have to summarize the text and there's a lot of like text on the screen because the time is shorter. So that is something which you would, I would have assumed it was the other way around, more in depth on Instagram, but yeah, it's that way around. TikTok is also super niche, like there are really niche communities on there. Apparently I read about one that is like Shift Talk, and it's people who believe they can shift into another dimension or universe or something. And the fact that there is a community of people like that is very special in terms of social media and the progression that we're getting to with social media. Like, it's a very interesting point. So in terms of if you're promoting your music or your business or your service, Instagram is more, you can reach your target audience on a more general basis. You can generally target your audience and make content for it. TikTok, you can actually go further and subsection your audience into these really like much more niche communities or niche segments of your audience. So that's just something to bear in mind. You can have an overall idea of your audience and target them on Instagram, and then actually go deeper into more niche communities on TikTok. Okay, like I said, some content will cross over on both. I have tried out ones on both, but generally speaking, Instagram works better for more polished, kind of more traditional advertising type things. And then TikTok goes a bit more wild, a bit more silly, much more entertainment focused. So Instagram would be, so if you're a business, Instagram would be like polished aesthetic ads, promoting brand awareness, promoting events, say for your company. And then TikTok would be experimentation, behind the scenes, the silly, the more for entertainment purposes than anything else. Obviously, as a music artist, there are so many different, all of you are different, and it totally depends on your 5 main brand pillars as to the kind of content that you're going to create. But you can use this as a general guide and awareness of the platforms, and I think adapt it to your needs. Okay, so I briefly wanted to mention as well Flickr Flash Flare, which is a TikTok strategy. So this is kind of a good guide to follow if your audience is predominantly Gen Z and you know that TikTok is the main platform you need to be on. Then it's good to be aware of this. Just see if you can integrate it, and if you can, if you feel excited about it, then go for it. Flickr Flash Flare. So Flickr is this quick trend-based, looking at what is trending and jumping on it and putting your own stamp on it. Flash could be something like episodic content. So maybe every Monday you do a little mini vlog of day in the life of you as a music artist. Just an example, anything episodic that people learn that, oh, you do this regularly, you do this once a week. People like that. People like being able to see more than one episode, so to speak. And then Flare is like the bigger campaign. So if you're building up to a release, that would be Flare, the Flare side of that strategy. Really tailored, really intentional, a lot of effort put into like editing and planning. Yeah, Flare is your big campaigns, building up to a specific thing like a release. So the idea is basically you have a mixture of those things that build your strategy on TikTok. So yeah, it's just, if it feels interesting to you, then you can look into it further, and it might be a good way. It might give you a starting point for actually coming up with content ideas and then obviously posting regularly. Okay, yeah, so to summarise, like I said, there are crossover things. I have put stuff on both platforms partly to test it for this video, and I find that the stuff that does well on Instagram, they both never do well as well. That's an interesting point. They both won't take off on both platforms. So the things that have done better on Instagram are like more in depth, more kind of showy. I have done kind of things I've created and how I've done it, but it's not necessarily stuff that everyone could do or materials that everyone could have access to. So one of them was my jellyfish I made for Pride. So I did like little snippets of how I created the jellyfish. If you haven't seen it, then, you know, go on to my Instagram and you will see it. And then the final result, they were in like Pride Square, for everyone to see, and that did the best on Instagram, like Reels. And then TikTok, I like painted this stool that I have in my office and added like blobs to it to give it some texture, just because I'm having an office overhaul, and that really took off on TikTok. So it's like that, the difference is that the blobby stool is something super easy that anyone can do. So I think that is the main thing. Like Instagram seems to be more showy and aesthetic, and then TikTok is like, if you want to learn how to do something and you want to be able to do it right now and anyone can do it, it's like that quick how-to that anyone can literally watch it and do it. So like Gen Z want to learn really quick, I feel. Like they want to learn it and do it now. So that's my experience with the platform. Obviously you might have a different experience, but I'm just sharing those to give you examples. Yeah, so quick fix, bite-sized education seems to do very well on TikTok. Let me know your experience with both platforms, which one you prefer, are you catering to both, are you pushing things out on both, and how do they perform differently on each platform? I would love to know. But otherwise, check out my courses, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!